Hello everyone, welcome back to Man Cave Metal Mayhem. This will be episode number 7. This one's going to be a bit of a quick one because for 2 weeks in a row now my SD card has decided to go mental and delete all the footage I've done. I've not been doing a whole lot anyway, but because of the weather and various other things, but it's annoying when you do stuff and it gets wiped. So what I'm going to do today is just talk about a few of the things I've done and a few other things that have been in the news recently. We'll start off with that. Basically, there's been a lot of talk in the media lately about be kind. Those of you in the UK know what that's about. Obviously, we had, for those of you who don't know, we had one of our TV celebrities, Caroline Flack. She was a reality TV presenter. She took her own life a week or so ago. Depression, various other things coming into it. The whole story's not out there yet, but one of the things that came out of it is the phrase be kind, we should all be nicer to each other. What gets me is, why do we have to emphasise that fact? Why can't we just be kind to each other anyway? Why does it have to be in big letters? You tell me. There's a lot of bad things going on in the world today, you know, we all have bad days and things like that, and God forbid, you know, anybody who feels that low that they need to do that. I have bad days, you know, I can be a proper arsehole at times, you ask anyone, you know, but if ever you're at that point, then, you know, they are quite right. Reach out to people if you think they're upset and they're not at their best. You know, you might just save a life. Sounds cliche, but it's the truth. Coronavirus. This is getting dodgier and dodgier as the weeks go by. I don't know what kind of handle they got on it, but I'm due to fly. I'm going out away yet again to Germany and Holland in a week's time, and got to admit, I'm a little bit concerned about trudging around the airport. All right, you might not actually be going to, you know, China or wherever this thing's coming from, but there's going to be people lurking around the airport. You just don't know what you're going to pick up. It's quite alarming, really. I think a lot more needs to be done about that. The weather. A week ago we had Storm Dennis start. I don't know whether we still got it. It's still rattling around a bit outside, but I lost part of my roof on the workshop. One part of one sheet. Nothing major. It's going to be fixed. I've got the sheet on the way. For me, it's an inconvenience. It's a pain in the arse inconvenience. I've been doing a lot of firefighting the last week or so, just patching up bits that are getting ripped off by the wind, until the bits that I need to fix it turn up. And not only that, I need a day to do it. But that's all it is to me, is an inconvenience. Yes, it's aggravating compared to the poor buggers who are getting flooded out continuously at the moment in some of the worst hit areas. You know, it's been a few weeks of misery all over the UK and to an extent over the world. It's not been the best of a couple of weeks, let's put it that way. Work's been really busy. From my perspective, work's been really busy, so, you know, I've been on it constantly. I've had bits falling off my shed, as I said. I've been doing this, that and the other. I have managed to do a few bits, just not as much as I would have liked. The weather's been alarming, to say the least. It's been rattling around for the last couple of weeks now, and you do wonder if you're going to wake up in the morning and find your workshop in the land of Oz with the munchkins. Hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully my dog won't go with me, because he'll eat the munchkins. He won't do much else. He won't be all friendly. He'll just eat the buggers. Anyway, what I have been doing is I've been doing a few upgrades, tidying up some of the parts of my lathe ready for paint. I've actually had some paint, done some testing. I'll put some pictures up at the end of the video, just so I've done some. I'm changing the colour of the whole lathe from like an old style blue to a nice green colour. I think it will make the lathe look a whole lot better, and I've done a few bits. I've started making the bits I need now to fully disassemble the whole lathe, which I'll be doing hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I've just got to hopefully make some time to get out there. Ironically enough, the lathe is going to be making the bits to strip itself down to make it better. Really weird state of affairs. What else have I been doing? Oh yes, I've had a few deliveries and that recently. I've been going on in a couple of my previous videos about the Moxon bice I'm doing, the Moxon style bice I'm doing for my workbench. I needed an 80mm Forstner bit to do some recesses for the flanges I was making, but when it turned up, one corner basically of one of the side of the cutters was basically chipped away. A good ½ inch worth of cutter had gone, broken off when it turned up. So I'm getting a replacement, but it's going to take about a week to get it because they're out of stock at their normal place. Blah 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 blah. Excuses. So while I did use the broken one, it didn't produce the result I wanted. It did test the theory, but it's not giving me the quality I want. So there will be a continuation of that. I've also been buying a few little 12-volt DC motors and speed controllers and power supplies from Banggood. I've got some stuff I want to do on the milling machine involving an automatic power feed, electric power feed, so I don't have to keep cranking the handle like crazy, give myself RSI. There is also a power feed for the fine feed, which is the dial that basically moves the milling cutter up and down in very small increments, hundredths of a millimetre. I'm going to do that on an automatic power one, so that when I get a boring head eventually I can just set that off and just find the right speed and just let it feed its way down itself rather than me standing there cranking the handle. Again, it's just saving, nice bit of tinkering. When I do that one, you will also see some upcycling, because I've got a few 12-volt DC power supplies currently sat in a box. They're old power supplies for routers and cordless drills and all that kind of thing. You can cut the ends off them and use them to power 12-volt DC motors, of which I have an abundance that I've taken out of printers and cordless drills and things like that. They all come in handy for when you want to do these power feed things. There's another thing I want to do is I have the 6-inch diamond grinding discs that I want to use to sharpen my wood turning chisels. I've got something in mind for that, and basically I've had a hard time finding one where you can control the speed properly at the right size of motor. I've now got that, so that'll be coming up as well. Like I say, this time next week I'll be packing my bags to go back to Holland again, getting up at 3:30 in the morning again to fly out to Amsterdam and then on to Utrecht in the Netherlands. Going back to the be kind thing, that's about the one time a day I will not be kind. Not until I had a coffee instead. End of. 3:30 is not cool, but such is life. I should do another walk around like I did last time. That got a few good responses. People seem to enjoy that. I shall go in a different direction this time, in Frankfurt and Utrecht, in the same hotels, so I know where I am. All good. What's coming up next? Well, I've still got the bench to do. I've made some more moves towards that over the last couple of weeks. I finally got my cutting method more or less sorted out. I've got a new table saw coming from a friend of mine at work. He's got one of the Evolution Rage 3 table saws, and it's a little bit too big for him, so I'm buying that off him because I could do with a new table saw anyway. And that's deep enough to cut the bits that I need to do in one go rather than messing around with like twin cuts and stuff like that. Yeah, it's going to be good. I've got to make some templates so I can get any holes that I need to drill lined up right, but that's another job. That won't take more than 5 minutes. I say the lathe is coming on. I've been using that a lot today to do various bits and pieces. Unfortunately, the footage of it did not survive. I've now swapped over to a different SD card, which seems to be holding its own quite nicely. I think my other one just might be a little bit old, bit worn out, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's about it really. I went out for a nice breakfast with a friend of mine this morning. Again, we're going back to the whole be kind thing. I have a friend, she's been going through a bit of a rough time with it recently, and I was fortunate enough to be able to assist with that a bit by meeting up with her for a bit of breakfast. She got out of the house. She's had a bit of a rough time for various reasons. I won't say who, I won't say what the reasons are, but it perked her up a bit, just getting out and about and just doing stuff. Sometimes that's all it takes. Just remember that. It just takes a change of scenery. You know, just if in doubt, get hold of that person you think might be a bit down and drag them out, do something with them. Take them to see I don't know, take them to the zoo or something, I don't know. Wherever they're into. Metal concert, anything. Apart from that, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to put some pictures up of the bits that I've painted at the end, just so you can see what I've been doing. Also, oh yeah, forgot to mention, I've been getting a lot of advice on how I'm going back to my lathe, stripping it down and everything else like that. I've been getting a lot of advice from one of the YouTube forums that I'm a member of. It's basically Boxford Lathes group on Facebook. I own a Boxford lathe. That door opening is the dog. Hello, Harvey. Come here. Come and say hello. Come here. Come on in. Come on. Gonna come up? Hey. Whoa. Here he is, the man himself. You gonna jump up? Come on in. Come on in. Jump up. No? There he is. So all of you know that I've got a dog. Well, it's my son's dog, but we're looking after him at the moment. His name is Harvey. He's a staffy. Dumb as a box of spanners, but we love him. I'm surprised he isn't gobbing off at me at the moment. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Boxford Lathes group on Facebook, run by a guy called Mark Lord. He's on there as Simply Lathes or Mark Lord. He also has an eBay site where he sells God knows what spares for Boxford Lathes. I've bought a couple of bits off of him. I'm looking at buying another couple of bits off of him very shortly. He's pretty much an authority on Boxford Lathes. I mean, what you don't know probably isn't worth knowing. I'm going to put a link down to his site in the description. For those of you who are interested in that kind of thing, go take a look. It's John Double Boost Mills is also a member, if that's of any influence. Anyway, right, I'm going to sign off. I'll see you guys next time. There will be some more footage coming, I promise. We'll go from there. See you guys later. Bye bye.